Hey there, and welcome to my channel, The Paper Bag Investor. Today I want to show you guys step-by-step instructions on how to open a QUESTRADE tax-free savings account. So this video is really just for Canadians out there that are opening a tax-free savings account, want detailed instruction on how to do that. Okay, and I have some other videos where I've shown the benefits of opening a tax-free savings account, benefits of really maximizing your tax-free savings account. I will link those down below in the description. This is the QuestTrade website here, webpage, questrade.com. But step number one, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel on your computer, I'm going to have a link down below in my video description, a referral link for QuestTrade that will get you $25 or more if you open an account and then put a minimum amount in your account and make a trade. I think it's within 90 days, but we'll look at that. So if you're just watching this on your phone and you're going to do your QuestTrade account on your computer, you just go to YouTube and then search for my account, Paper Bag Investor, or my channel, I mean. Paper Bag Investor comes up. You can click on literally any video or on my channel. I just want to show you guys quickly too. I have here under playlists, I have some tax-free savings account videos. So we have what is a tax-free savings account explained, tax-free savings account, how to maximize your account, 3 tips for Canadians, should you buy U.S. stocks in your tax-free savings account, and some advice, some of my thoughts on why it's better to try and maximize your TFSA than just paying off your mortgage faster. So we will click on any of those videos. Again, all my videos.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, The Paper Bag Investor. Today's video is mostly for Canadians, as I want to talk about the tax-free savings account, TFSA, in Canada, which in my opinion is the most powerful.
And it opens a QuestTrade site and is linked with my referral code, so you get $25 into your account. Okay, there are different accounts in here you can open: an RRSP account, Forex and CFD account, a margin account. But what we're opening today is the tax-free savings account, the TFSA. So we're going to click that. And see this code right here? That is my referral code that's automatically input there. You can click apply to make sure it's in there. And then you click, make sure you read the terms. This is the terms for the referral offer. So we'll get those to open up. And as a referred client, if you deposit $20,000, you get $25 back. $10,000, $50,000, $25,000, $75,000, $50,000, $100,000, and $100,000, $250. So if you do $100,000 into your account, and let's see, you need 60 days. You need to put that money into your account within 60 days of opening, and you have 90 days to make a trade. And then you get your bonus. So you can read those yourself, though, before clicking that. And then you can open now. And we're going to open the account. So it's pretty simple. There's a few steps here. Create user ID, build a profile, and then set up your account. That's basically it. You scan the offer codes there to show you that it's still connected. We're going to hit continue again. And we're just going to fill in John Smith 37 at gmail.com, and we'll say 306 222121. Make up some numbers here. I'm just going to delete this account, not actually open it. We'll continue again. And it's going to ask you for a user ID, so JJ Smith 37. We'll put a password, and you can do this yourself. Put in some kind of password. Okay, so you need a password with at least 8 characters, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, and 1 number. Okay, good enough. So there you go. I wasn't sure what the requirements were. There we go. That should work. Hit continue. Beautiful. It's too common, not secure enough. Okay. Boom. There we go. Created the user ID. Now, and you're going to basically finish the account process, you have to fill out personal information, employment information, financial information, citizenship information, then finally fund the account. So we'll just start with personal. You have your John Smith. You can put your middle name if you want. This has to match what's on your government ID. It's very important, and you'll have to submit some sort of government ID, a scan or picture of that later. Your phone number, you can hit verify. You want to do this, hit text me, send a code. They'll text you a code to your phone number, and then you just enter it in after you hit send code. Of course, this is just a dummy number. It's not my real name or account. Same with your email. You hit verify. They send you a code to your email. You enter in the code, and it gets verified just so they know that you have control of that. And then you enter your date of birth. So we'll just say we're born January 1st, say 1988, sure, and we'll say you can put in your marital status, say you're married, single, etc. If you are married, you can put in your spouse's information here. Maybe we'll just say we are single in this case. And you put in your residential address, so pretty simple again. You say 123 Smith Crescent. See if there's a Smith Avenue. 123 Smith Avenue in Nova Scotia. Perfect. And in Truro, Nova Scotia. Beautiful. That's where we live for this one. And we'll say done. And it wants us to verify, so we need to verify those. Again, I'm not actually going to verify that. So you can, any of these, you can say save and finish later. If you had done that, it will show a green check mark here. But again, this is just for example. Employment. So you're going to enter your, are you employed? You're a homemaker, retired, self-employed, student, unemployed. Say you're a student. It's going to ask you, what's your main source of income? You're a part-time job. You have student loans that you get paid for. They're wondering. It's kind of like when you're opening a QUESTRADE account, it's kind of like opening a bank account. Similar type of process and the similar sort of information that they need and want to know to make sure you truly are who you are. So if you are employed or you are self-employed, you're going to put in your business here. If you are employed, you're going to put in your business, the type of business. You put in your employer's address here. Are you employed? That's going to ask you some questions. Are you employed? Either, whatever your answer here, doesn't matter. Whether you're retired, anything, and it's going to ask you, you have a pension. You're retired and you have a pension. It's going to ask you these same questions for everyone. Are you employed by a securities dealer or stock exchange? We need to know for regulatory reasons. So you're going to have to answer all these truthfully for yourself. But the reason they're asking is they want to know, could you somehow be an insider trader on some company? So as a stockbroker, that's what they really need to know and are trying to prevent that, right? That you're not trading XYZ company and you know their earnings report before it's released to the public. So you have some kind of insider information. So you're going to, as long as you can hit no, if you hit yes, they're probably going to ask you some more questions, but most people are going to be no. And anyone associated with any of your accounts reporting insider or significant shareholder publicly traded company. Again, and so there's a lot of these things that you can hit learn more. Also up here, you can hit, for these questions, you can hit why do we ask, and they're going to show you that it's kind of, they're going to basically tell you it's part of their obligations, as part of your know your obligation, client obligations, as being a broker in Canada. So you can read that though if you're curious. So we're going to hit no. We're going to say no. Are you a foreign or domestically politically exposed person, the head of an international organization, or family members, close associate of one of those? So again, we're going to say no. For me personally, none of these would apply if it was opening an account. And you hit done. Great. So we're a retired person with a pension, and your financials. So financials. Again, if you're wondering, you say, why do we ask? This helps them. There's some explanation in here, and some more kind of definitions and reasons. Overall, they're trying to make sense that you are who you say you are. So say you make $75,000 a year, and you're just going to put your annual income in, and assets that are easy to convert into cash. So liquid assets, cash, bonds, GICs, stocks, mutual funds, maybe. This person has, $250,000 in different savings, in all these different areas. So you just and they don't need to be super precise down to the penny amounts. They're just trying to get kind of a rough estimate of who you are, and that it makes sense that who you are is honest and truthful with it when they check your credit check. And fixed assets, so assets are difficult to convert into cash. So you can kind of, if you have some vehicles, you have a boat, you have a cottage, you can kind of give a rough, just, make a rough estimate of what those are valued at, your value of your home. This is what, if you were going to sell your home, what it's actually worth on the market, roughly. So maybe they have a home and a cottage, and this person who's retired, and the car, maybe they estimate it's all worth $800,000. And then the total liability is your current debt. So it'd be, if you have major credit card debt, you're going to put that down. You have loans, you have mortgages, line of credit. So maybe they still have a mortgage of $100,000 on a home, and $200,000 on a cottage, and so that's $300,000. Maybe there's a line of a vehicle that's partially $15,000. So maybe you're gonna say so we'll say $265,000. For example, and then it sort of shows you your net worth is just your liquid assets plus your fixed assets minus your liabilities. And again, if you any of these steps you can save and finish later, which is really helpful. So you don't have to do this all at one crack, but we're just kind of just showing you. And again, also I should note all these values are in Canadian, so do that in Canadian, even if you have a home in another country or something, just approximately Canadian. All right, just sipping my coffee there. Awesome. Okay, we're motoring along here. So this one, if we could verify the phone number and email, would be checked off, green check mark. But we're gonna move along here. Citizenship is next, and most people doing this are gonna be Canadian. If you're not, you can add more than one citizenship as well. If you're dual citizenship, you could do that. But again, you can check this. Why do we ask? And they're going to sort of explain. You can read through this, definitions of different things, all the different, and why they're asking them. These are mostly standard questions asked whenever you open a new account with a Canadian financial institution. So similar to opening a bank account or something like that. Okay, and they're going to say, were you born in the USA? I'm going to say, if you say yes, they're going to say, have you renounced or U.S. citizenship? You can say no. Then it's going to say you must add U.S. as a country of citizenship. You have to be dual citizenship then. If you renounce your U.S. citizenship, you say yes. Or for me, most people watching this, if you're just Canadian, or if you're from Canada, it's going to be no. So if you're born in the U.S., no. You just obviously have to answer this truthfully for yourself, not just what I'm checking off here. Are you a U.S. person? So you can also learn more. What is a U.S. person? They meet one of these requirements. They were born in the U.S., they have citizenship there or permanent resident status, a U.S. resident address or correspondence address, power of attorney or signatory authority granted to a person with U.S. address. So if that applies to you, you have to hit yes, of course, and they're going to ask you U.S. Social security number if that does. Of course, my example I'm going to say no, and it's going to ask you your SIN number. So this is your Canadian social insurance number. So I'm just going to enter in a dummy number again in that 7654321. I'll say I confirm. You can use a SIN for ID purposes. It's saying invalid SIN, and no, it's not real. So it'll be used to identify or verify your identity electronically by comparing the personal information you provided with that of a major credit bureau in Canada. This is the fastest way to complete the ID process. So they're basically getting permission to use your SIN to do a credit check on you and confirm you are who you are. And let's see here. Expiry date. Still invalid. Are you a tax resident of a jurisdiction other than Canada and the U.S.? So if you own a business in another country, or if that applies to you, obviously have to hit yes. And they're going to ask you more details about that. And most people, again, are going to be no. And I certify, you have to check this and read this. I certify all my tax residence information complete. If anything changes in your tax situation, you have to answer all these questions truthfully. If something changes, you're basically agreeing that you will notify them within 30 days. So I'm going to hit done, but it wants me to correct my SIN number, which is not real. So I'm going to hit, in this case, it would be able to hit done if you enter all this truthfully, but I'll just hit save and finish later, for example. And so I need to finish building my profile before I can set up account. So I might need to skip ahead here. Once you finish these, it will have a green check mark. Okay, we're welcome back here. Just so once you complete that personal profile, it will be green check marks. And then the next step, just kind of in my own account, I'm just making another tax-free savings account just to show you guys how it works. So you have to answer a number of questions. So we'll start with account details. And they'll ask, do you want to trade options? I personally don't trade options. If you do want to trade option, you can hit yes, of course. I don't in my tax-free savings account, so I hit no. Again, all these are going to ask, you can, if you want, you can hit why do we ask, you can read through that. They kind of give some explanation of each one of these. So, and then what is the purpose of this account? Investing purposes, retirement purposes. So we're going to say investing. Maybe we want to retire with this money. Personal use, etc. You check off the ones that apply to you, and they want to ask, what would your initial deposit be for this account? So you have to do at least $1,000. So they want to know that you're having at least $1,000 you're going to deposit. But if you want to do 10,000, of course, you can tell them that too. And you hit done. And then consent and communication. So they're going to again ask you. You can again ask, why do we ask? You can read through that. But they're going to basically they're asking you. With companies that you own or you will own, they want to know that they can communicate your personal contact information to those companies so that those companies can send you information about them, like a quarterly report or maybe information about a vote that's happening that you could vote on if you wanted to as a shareholder. So you can read through this yourself, but they're basically asking you that. If you say object, then there won't be, not sure what would happen, but you typically want to say, I do not object, but read through it and answer it truthfully for yourself. And then they're going to ask you part 2, security holder information, proxy related materials for meetings. It's defining security holder material include proxy related materials for meetings where only routine business conducted, annual reports and financial statements, not part of proxy related materials. And materials sent to security holders are not required by corporate or security law to be sent. Even if I decline to understand that the report issuer or other company or person is entitled to send me these materials at their expense. Okay. And then which security holder material do you want to receive? I want to receive only proxy related material sent in connection with a special meeting. So kind of the most important things. If you can click this, I want to receive all shareholder security material. I want to receive any security holder material sent to beneficials, owners of securities. So you can pick what you choose. I did the proxy, or this one's I do not want. This would be nothing. They send you absolutely nothing in the mail. This one I did, they do get the occasional thing like a voting ticket in the mail. I used to receive, I've been on QuestTrade for about 12 years. I used to receive annual reports in the mail, a printed copy. I find almost no companies do that now. It's basically all online. You can go to their investor relations page of any company and look up their annual report. That's good enough for me. And so, yeah, but I do that in case there's something really special, they will send it to you. And preferred language, so you pick your language. And I understand the information that QuestTrade has provided. And this will apply, so, you're saying I understand. You have to check that if you understand. An email address use, again, you're saying that by giving them your email, you're allowing them to email you and contact you about things. So hit done there, and then personals with financial interest, we'll check that. As a primary account holder, it's your responsibility to add all persons with a financial interest to your account. You can add persons with financial interest anytime after setting up this account. So you can also lend more and more, like, for example, mine, my wife set up as a beneficiary, or you can set up someone as a beneficiary, or a successor. Authorized trader, someone who actually can go into your account, make trades on your behalf, etc. So it's basically saying, and they ask, would you like a reminder displayed after you finish up your account? I hit yes, just so they remind me to do this step. But it basically also then you're just saying, I understand and confirm that after setting this up, it's my responsibility to set up these persons with financial interest on the account. That's sort of a separate step. We'll show you guys how to do as well. So you hit there, and then there's agreements to sign. So read through these on your own. They're long agreements, very, very long agreements, and they talk about all the legal details involved with opening sort of a bank account or this account. You're going to have to hit accept each one of these. This one's a lot shorter. This is, again, some of these are kind of things we already talked about, like they're going to, the fact that they could release your information to the companies you buy, your contact information, so that they can send contact information to you or contact you. I know in here they have details about, in one of these, details about fees and what they charge for fees when you make trades. And again, so I'll leave that to you guys to read and accept as your own doing, okay? Hit done there. Okay, so then at the end of this, I'm just going to discard this application because I already have a TFSA. But now then finally, you sign and submit your documents. Again, why do you ask? It's going to tell you, sort of explains. But your document package, you have to e-sign this. So you need to be signed by Curtis Child Statement Acceptance Tax-Free Savings Account Application. And I think it's going to open another kind of portal here. Give it a moment. So you basically have to, let's say, I agree to use electronic records and signatures. You could obviously print all these, sign them by hand, but this is kind of electronically signing it. Make it really easy for you. You're going to check that and hit continue, and then it shows your account number here, and you scroll down, and at each one of these you're going to initial that this line. And boom, 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 it's going to take you through. Once you click that, it's going to give you your initials. Bang, 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 you click through, and at the end, it's going to hit finish. Other actions. You can also print this off. There's a print form here. Let's see, how do I actually get out of this now? Other actions. Okay. Gonna try hitting back, see if I can do that. But obviously I didn't do that, but you can finish the e-sign. I'll give you a checkbox there. And then upload your documents, a government issued photo ID, like a driver's license, a passport. So what you can do here is you can either take a picture or scan it and then upload that file from your computer. And if you hit upload there, it's going to take you to this one. You're going to say, driver's license here. And then it's going to, you can upload the file, and it will sort of show this is under account management. I'll show you that though in another video. I'm just going to hit back. You can just literally take a picture and email it to new accounts at questrade.com. Or you can mail in a paper copy, of one of your documents to this address. But obviously a lot easier, just email it or upload it. And you're done that, and then finally you get to fund account. Now, once that's checked off, you can go to fund account, and funding methods they have. You can go pre-authorized deposits from your bank account. You can do online banking, which is what I use. Basically set it up as a payee through your bank account, and then you can send money there. You can also do interact online, or you can do a transfer account to QUESTRADE. And then also there's other funding methods. You want to send in a check. Less common methods. These ones are pretty simple. They're online banking. I'll just show you that one. So you go to online banking, and it's going to take you. I'll do another video to kind of walk through of how to use all the QUESTRADE information. But this one's really helpful. Let's see here. Under funding, it shows you basically the options we just talked about. So we're under online banking right here. Funding online banking is where it took us to that part of the menu. And again, I'll do another video that sort of shows a general walkthrough of these menus. And online banking, it basically gives you instructions here. So if you bank at Bank of Montreal, for example, it's going to show you your account number here, and you can click fund to go to their website. You log in to make a, like you make a bill payment, and you add QUESTRADE Inc. as the payee. And be sure to include your QUESTRADE account number. So it'll ask you, and you're setting up your payee in your online banking. It'll ask you for your QUESTRADE account number, and then you basically, that's a payee. You just send in, you send money there to that payee, and then after a couple days, it'll show up in your account, and it's pretty great. If you want to hit fund, it'll just take you to the BMO. Whatever bank you enter, it'll take you to their online or their website. You can sign in to kind of giving you that step. So yeah, that's about it. You get your money funded, and again, I'll do another video that's kind of the end again of how to open a TFSA with QUESTRADE. And I'll do another video that shows the walkthrough of how to use these menus, and also how to make a trade on QUESTRADE. Those will be some other videos I'll be producing. Okay, and I'm also going to show you guys, because it's not super obvious with QUESTRADE, actually, is how to add a beneficiary or other person of special interest with your account. So on your account menu, you can go to Account Management tab, hover over that, and then look down to Find Forms. You can click that, which is where we are already. And when you get here, it's going to show you English, French, pick your language, self-directed, and Quest Wealth, so which would be where they manage your portfolio for you. But if you're doing this video TFSA, you're self-directed. And then categories, standard, organization, or registered. And TFSA is a registered account, so you want registered. And then TFSA is the first one selected, but there's a bunch of other ones. And lots of different forms here, what I was talking about. So you can find different forms you might need in here. I was talking about a beneficiary, for example, beneficiary, additional participants, beneficiary designation form. And there's other ones, trading authorization, individuals associated with account. So let's say beneficiary resignation form, just for example. We'll open that. You can click down here, beneficiary successor, download a beneficiary designation form, follow instructions, complete the form, mail the complete form to QUESTRADE. This kind of shows what I've done up here, but we'll hit download because I've already done this for my account, of course. And it has this form. You fill in your account number, your name, last name of account holders, your last name, your date of birth, the type of account, TFSA, successful annuitant. You can use this form, you can fill it out, you can name your beneficiaries here, how they're related to you. You initial this in pen after you printed it, and you fill out, if there's more people with different a percent payable, it has to equal 25% in the event that you were to die. Obviously, read this over if you need to talk to a financial planner about yourself in detail. Please do so. Again, I'm not a financial planner. I'm just a guy with a paper bag on his head who loves investing and thinking about the future. And so I'm not here to give you that kind of detailed advice. This video is not for that. It's just give you the nuts and bolts of actually opening an account. So you can fill this out, and then you can mail it to their address here. You put that on your envelope, put your postage on, and mail it in. And then I think they would probably give you, either in your account, it's going to show you that confirmation of that, or maybe they email you confirmation. You'd have to confirm that as well. But yeah, that's one way. This is where you can find, go back, all those different forms, which is I think quite helpful. So awesome. Okay. Again, that was how to open a QUESTRADE account. Remember, step one, use my referral code, and you get $25 or more, depending on how much you use. So please do that. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button down below the video there. Hit that thumbs up while you're at it. It really helps me out, helps my channel grow, helps this video grow, helps more people find this and use this. I hope this was detailed enough without being too detailed, but to really show you and be helpful how to open a QUESTRADE TFSA. And I encourage you, if you are a Canadian investor, you're doing this, to watch some of my other videos on TFSA. I really think it's one of the most powerful investing tools. Improperly named the tax-free savings account should have been the tax-free investing account, because you can own individual companies within it, which is really amazing. That's really the way, in my mind, to build wealth, is to search and find a really phenomenal, great generational company. And then once you find that company, you research it from every angle possible, really looked at it from every which way to see if there's any holes or flaws in your thesis or logic of why it should be a generational company, a huge winner over time. If you can't find any flaws, and you've looked from many different perspectives, heard different people's angles on it, and you've done your own research and due diligence, then you're going to have very high conviction about that company, about that investment, and then you're able to invest heavily and concentrate your investment in that company. And that's sort of my investing philosophy in a nutshell, is to try and find those big generational companies. And that's what this channel is really about, is trying to examine and find those, so we can build a lot of wealth over time. So, and as a Canadian, the tax-free savings account is the most just a beautiful investing tool, investing vehicle to do that. So, again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, please do so. And I'll be making more QUESTRADE videos as well in the coming weeks, months, just how to use it, how to place trades, just to help you guys out if you're a beginner at this. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.